The Hauntings of Edinburgh Castle, the Headless Drummer, Lost Piper, and dark figures that stalk Scotland's most haunted fortress after midnight. When I visited Edinburgh Castle, I expected history, not horror. The place is famous, sitting on a volcanic rock, towering over the city like a guardian from another age. It's seen wars, sieges, and executions, so maybe it's no surprise people claim it's haunted. But I didn't believe it until I heard the drum. It was late evening when I took the after-hours ghost tour. The castle courtyard was dimly lit, the wind carrying whispers through the ancient stone corridors. Our guide, a wiry man with a heavy Scottish accent, told us about the Headless Drummer, a ghost seen before disasters strike the castle. Nobody knows who he was in life, but they say when his drum beats echo through the mist, something terrible is coming. Sometimes, the guide said, lowering his voice, tourists claim they hear the drum, even if they don't see him. We all laughed nervously, but as we moved deeper into the castle, past the old military barracks, I swore I heard it, a single, dull drumbeat, slow and hollow, as if it was coming from somewhere deep underground. I froze. Did anyone else hear that? I asked. The others shook their heads, but the guide just gave me a strange look. Sometimes the castle chooses who it speaks to, he said. Later in the tour, we descended into the prison vaults. These rooms once held prisoners from all over Europe, captives of war, pirates, even children. The air down there was different, heavy, cold. The walls were carved with names scratched by desperate hands hundreds of years ago. I ran my fingers along one of the marks and felt a sudden chill rush through my palm, like the stone itself was pulsing. Our guide told us about the ghostly prisoners still said to roam these vaults, men who died chained in the dark, their spirits trapped forever. While he was speaking, I felt something tug on my sleeve. I spun around, but there was no one behind me. Everyone was standing in front of me, listening to the guide. "Are you okay?" my friend asked. "Yeah," I muttered, but my skin was crawling. As the group moved on, I lagged behind. That's when I heard it. A faint voice, whispering in my ear. It wasn't English. It sounded like French, soft and desperate. Then something icy brushed my neck. I bolted out of that room and didn't stop until I was back in the main hall, panting like I'd run a mile. The story that disturbed me most was about the Lost Piper. Hundreds of years ago, they sent a bagpiper into the tunnels beneath the castle to explore. He was told to play as he walked so they could track where the tunnels led. The music suddenly stopped, and the boy was never seen again. They say he got lost, or worse, something down there got him. Our guide joked. If you listen closely on a quiet night, you can still hear him playing. That night, I decided to test that legend. I stayed behind after the tour ended. I shouldn't have. The courtyard was empty, the gates locked. I walked near the old stone steps that lead toward the tunnels, my flashlight flickering in the damp air. For a while, all I heard was the wind. Then bagpipes, faint and distant like someone was playing deep underground. The sound grew louder, filling the night with a mournful tune. I froze, every hair on my body standing on end. "Hello!" I shouted, my voice shaking. The music stopped. The silence that followed was worse than the sound. I turned to leave, but I heard footsteps behind me. Slow, deliberate, crunching on the gravel. When I spun around, no one was there. By now, I was terrified. I just wanted to leave, but the gate I'd entered was locked. I decided to take the side path that leads toward the Half Moon Battery, hoping there was another exit. That's when I saw it. At first, I thought it was a shadow cast by the floodlights on the castle walls. But then it moved. A tall, dark figure with no features, no face, just a void. It glided toward me, slow and steady. I couldn't even scream. My legs felt like they were nailed to the ground. "Go!" A deep voice rasped in my ear. "Get out!" The air grew icy cold, and the smell of burning wood filled my nose, like the aftermath of a fire. I stumbled backward, tripping over a stone, and when I looked up, the figure was gone. But I could still hear breathing. Panicked, I sprinted through the courtyard, desperately trying to find another way out. I swear I heard the drum again. Louder this time, faster, like a heartbeat pounding in my skull. I eventually found an open gate and ran until I was out of sight of the castle. My heart was racing, and my hands were shaking so badly I could barely start my car. For the next week, I couldn't shake the feeling that something had followed me. I'd hear faint bagpipes at night, or the sound of boots marching on cobblestone when I was alone. One night, I woke to see a shadow standing in the corner of my hotel room. It was tall, faceless, and swaying slightly, like it was waiting for me to move. I shut my eyes and whispered, "Go away." When I opened them, it was gone. Locals later told me that many visitors leave Edinburgh Castle with strange experiences. Some say the spirits of the dead soldiers, prisoners, and that poor lost piper cling to anyone who dares stay too long. I don't know what I brought back with me, but I know this. If you visit Edinburgh Castle, don't stay past dark. When the drums start, it's already too late.